next case. So we will have a small quiz. This is again to waken up everybody. So if you look
Please
at
announce the prizes first, what you're giving, which Audi car, then they'll wake up.
so the prices are good, tempting. So that much I can tell. So we will reveal it tomorrow. What is the prize which will be given? I think please open the delegate kits. Now you have a answer sheet, and if you don't have an answer sheet, we have some extra answer sheets here. You can come and collect. And everybody has a pen. Pen is there. So people who don't have pens, the quiz is open for all except the faculty. So faculty are not allowed to participate in the quiz. So all non-faculty delegates can participate. So once you are ready, so the rules are like this. I have 15 questions. Each question has two sub questions. So each question will have two questions. You have to answer both the questions. Only when both are correct, you will get 1 point. Even if one is correct, the other is not correct, you won't get a point. We have 3 star breakers. So in case there is a tie, and if there is a tie,
This is how Nagarjuna gave his PGI entrance. So that's basically what he's making you all guys go through. Huh?
So and if still there is a tie, then the sub questions will be corrected separately, and obviously my decision will not be countered in this quiz. Are you ready? So this is the answer sheet. You have to write the name, please. Here you cannot be anonymous, because if you're anonymous, then you can't get the prize. So please write your name. Once timer. Timer. Okay, shall we start? So it will just take 15 minutes, that's all. So 15 questions, 1 minute. And I think if you are very attentive in the morning sessions, 50% of the questions you will already get. Yeah, start. Get ready, all ready. So no copying. So I think this is the first question. This is a simple question. You have 2 images, A and B. I want you to answer what is the structure where the asterisk is placed. So not the node. Identify the structure where the asterisk has been placed, A and B. You have 2 subcomponents. And this is a very easy question. I shouldn't be giving too much time for this. Okay. Next question. Again, people who are very smart will get the answer. This was shown in the morning presentation. I have shown 4 needle tip designs in this. So these are all needles to get a biopsy. We were just talking about the biopsy needles. So the question is, identify the needle tip design of image A and figure D. A and D. The two questions, 2A and 2B. So I don't want the company name. I want what is the tip called as. What is the tip called as in figure A and figure D? So this we have actually already shown in the live case also, but I want you to write the tip. What is it called as? नहीं, company का नाम नहीं चाहिए. So we are not promoting any company. We are only promoting the needle tip design. So this is very important because this is the next generation needles. All the needles are going to be biopsy needles. So you should know, we should learn from the gastroenterologists about the various needles. I think enough time. Now the question 3, identify the legends. We want the names who have contributed to linear EBUS. One is international, one is national. There are many legends. Obviously, I cannot do justice to everybody, but I have selected 2. Yeah. So question 4 is a bit longer. 45-year-old lady, progressive breathlessness, hypoxemia, referred for evaluation of lymphadenopathy and lung lesions. She had tachycardia at rest 124. Now I have projected 2 images. One is a normal B mode, the other is a Doppler mode. Okay, so that is there. So I'm not telling which structure it is. These are the two images of the same area. Now, what is the diagnosis? A, that is the first part of the question. 4A, what is the diagnosis? 4B, look closely at the Doppler image. What is the mode of Doppler which is used? So, who are very good in ultrasound physics and Doppler physics, and who are actually using the knobs on the EBUS regularly, will know that there is more than one Doppler mode. Anyway, I won't talk about this thing now. Tomorrow we will again discuss. So, what mode is used? Okay. Kushbu is not writing. Acha. Question 5. I have projected two endoluminal visions of two different scopes on the left and the right side. So this is A, that is B. So that is B. So now what are the two reasons for the difference in the endoluminal vision of B versus A? They are two different makes. So what is the difference of the vision of B versus A? Two reasons. Okay. Now this is another mode on the EBUS, which we will be again showing in the next couple of cases. But what is the technology which is used? This is a video. Can you play the video? So what is the technology which is used? Even the image is also sufficient enough. You don't have to play the video. What is the technology? And the second point is name two semi-quantitative methods to assess the stiffness of nodes using this technology. So this is a technology. In the technology, there are several ways to assess the stiffness of the nodes. So I want you to comment on two semi-quantitative means of assessing the stiffness of nodes. Okay. Now, this also was discussed. So there are broadly speaking, three types of Olympus needles. You have the 22G, 21G, and the 19G. This was also told in the morning that once you put the needle in the scope, the forward flexion will decrease. It is not 90 degrees. So with the needle within the scope, which is the needle which gives the highest forward flexion, and which is the needle which gives the least forward flexion? So with the needle inside the scope, so that is what we want to know. Okay. Now this is another, I think this you will answer now. 25-year girl with an incidentally picked hilar mass, she underwent EBUS TBNA, failed, and again she was referred to our center. Now this is another EBUS procedure. So what is it that which is being shown? So I think this everybody will get correct now. So this is the video. So the questions are, what is the technique which is performed, and two, what is the name any other technique which can be used to procure similar material from the nodes. So what is the technique which has been done now, and what are the other techniques wherein we can get a similar material. I think this is easy now. Now question 9, a 53-year-old lady presented with cheek swelling, inability to close the left eyelid, blurred vision, fever, night sweats, Similar to the case which we had done, huge lymph nodes there. You can also see parotid enlargement. A biopsy was here, as Valiappan was saying, we did EBUS and both TBLB, lung biopsy also was done. So this is the lung biopsy image which is projected. So what is the histopathological feature which is demonstrated? Mainly you can look at the arrow, we are demonstrating something within the image. What is this clinical constellation of symptoms known as? This also I think not very difficult. Most of you should be able to get it correct. So I have 4 statements here about staging EBUS. So identify the 2 incorrect statements about staging EBUS. So A, B, C and D, I will just read them. A is in PET negative mediastinum, staging EBUS need not be performed. Option B, when performing staging EBUS, the sequence is N3, N2, N1. Option C, addition of EUSB to EBUS increases the chance of picking up lymph nodal mets by 10%. Option D is staging EBUS has not yet replaced mediastinoscopy as the first investigation of choice for mediastinal staging. So which are the 2 incorrect statements? So question 11, this is a star. We have this has been described multiple times from the morning. So multiple groups. So from the stations 2 to 12, I have blocked 1 and 13, 14. So identify 2 stations which cannot be accessed through EBUS TBNA. And for each station, I also want you to write another technique which can be used to get a biopsy or a sample. So 2 stations where EBUS TBNA cannot be done, and if you have that station, what technique can you use to get a sample? I think hope you understood the question. Na? So this is practically very important. In fact, most of these are practically important only. Now, this is another interesting question on EBUS Doppler. So by using a combination of color flow and power flow, there are 4 grades which have been described: grade 0, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Grade 0 is like the lymph node which was sampled, 11L, no vessels. Grade 1 is you have a central vessel, single vessel. Grade 2 is you have 3 or 4 punctate vessels distributed. Grade 3 is long linear multiple vessels traversing the lymph node. Now the question is, what is this Doppler classification named as? So who basically it is named after the person who described it first. So what is the name? It is the name of this Doppler. The same article also describes another sign called as a BA inflow sign, bronchial artery inflow sign. The question B is, what is this BA inflow sign? So pulmonologist ROSE. So after 3 talks on ROSE, I think we should be able to answer this correctly. 2 images, A and B. So what is the diagnosis in A and in B? I think we have also options: reactive aspirate, hemorrhage, granuloma, atypical cells. You can choose between these 4. So what is A, what is B? Frankly speaking, I'm very bad in prose. These slides were given by our pathologist. Knowing your scopes. I think this also was discussed. So it is important for us to know the dimensions of the scopes characteristics. So question A is 14A. What are the outer diameters of the Olympus 180F and 190F scopes respectively? Question B is, what is the forward angle of view of the Olympus 190F and the Fuji 530 US scopes? the angle of forward angle of view of these scopes and the outer dimension of these scopes. The last question, again simple question, two signs. So A and B, identify the sign which is shown in figure A and what is the sign which is shown in figure B. We presume that the Doppler is not showing any vessels in that heterogeneous area. And also I want you to write for each sign what does it predict. It is not absolute, but if you have that sign, what is the diagnosis likely to be in A and in B. I think this is the last question. So people who have answered can hand over the answer sheets to any of our executives.